D of my grandparents' place upstairs. Was no reason to be growing up, but it had a suffocatingly thick silence upstairs that to this day at age 20, I refuse to go up there alone. The problem started when they started sleeping on separate floors on the first level and put me in the spare room right below the scariest room in the house. This room had some local lore. Kids from previous owners used to claim a huge dark silhouette would come out of the closet at night, pacing all around before fading. I always used to dismiss that as a childhood boogeyman story, not when I had to sleep right under it. I went to bed that night in a black as black house, laying down ready for sleep, when the first loud footstep shattered the silence directly over my head. Thud, thud, thud. Not the natural creaking of an old house, but firm, solid, almost relaxed pace from one side of the room, crossing right above my head and stopping on the other side. Utterly petrified, I ran to my granddad's room. He laughed and told me it was just settling lumber and turned on the dining room light to make me feel better. I went back to my room, stared at the light pouring in through the doorway of the room. Then it happened again. This time, the footsteps came from the window and stopped right over the door at the top of the stairs. Held my breath. 5 seconds later, my blood ran cold. The footsteps came down the stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Painful stop on the landing. 5, 6, 7, 8. They hit the first floor. I was terrified beyond belief, and my vision was starting to blur from it. Whatever it was on the first floor with me, totally unbothered by the light. Pulled my comforter all the way over my head, couldn't move. And then it started within the room itself. Scratch, scratch, scratch. It was the old wooden gun cabinet that was in the corner of my room. I could feel the long, heavy nails rasp against the wood, followed by the cabinet door, then bumping against the hinges. One click to every scrape. I wanted to scream, but no sound came out of my throat. But finally, I managed to get the cry out of my chest. It was only then that Granddad entered, flicking the lights on. As expected, nothing there. Still don't think he believed me. Didn't sleep in that bed for the rest of the week. I threw the comforter down on the floor and spread it across the sides, and then slept completely underneath it, headphones on, volume all the way up, back to the open part of the room. My grandmother told me I had a nightmare, and she laughed and told me how her niece swore she heard someone upstairs too on the last time she was here. To this day, I still stay at my grandparents', but hear the pacing upstairs every night. I sleep on top of the mattress now, but my headphones are still glued to my ears, and I sleep facing the wall. Haven't heard the steps come down since that first night, and honestly, if it ever happens, I don't want to know. That's all for the story today. Please subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for the next story. Thanks for watching.